What's up? It's another amazing episode, and insecurity is the topic. We're just going to talk about general things, and this topic happens to be like a very broad topic. But who cares? Everybody has their own insecurity, and they are trying their best to silence their shame. Hello, guys. You are welcome to another amazing episode on EWL Podcast. Don't forget that this podcast is a platform for you to be expressive and a reality check. I'm your host with the most, it is Luchi Gloria, and I'm super excited, guys. I wish I had a guest on this topic. Insecurity is something that everybody is aware of. We all have our own insecurity. I remember speaking on this topic when I was trying to review Love is Blind season 3, and I said that not a lot of people are familiar with insecurity. I mean, a lot of people have been called beautiful their whole life. A lot of people have been called pretty, cute, sexy. You look tall, you look handsome. I mean, a lot of people are insecure about their height. A lot of people are insecure about their size. A lot of people are insecure about their face, their eyes, their nose, their lips, their jaw. It's a lot of things for everybody to be insecure about. But what differentiates a person that knows herself or himself is understanding that you are all beautiful and wonderfully made by God. There's this song that Frank Edwards sang. Do you know how beautiful you are? And that is true. Everybody is beautiful in their own way. I remember growing up in school. I thank God so much for growth. Hey, when I was in school, I would say people would say, "Oh, Emitis, you have a very fat cheeks," and it kind of I felt offended. But guess what? This is like cheeks. This is like dimple. It's given. I'm not gonna take yours to replace mine. I love this chick. So it's a lot of things we are insecure about, guys. So I don't know. I think I should rephrase when I say people do not understand. Some people do not understand insecurity, but I think people have learned to silence the insecurity. Like they have learned to silence it. So a lot of times people will come at you and say, "Oh, you're not the most pretty." But guess what? I don't think anybody is ugly. I just feel like you need to understand what works for you. When it comes to those of us that have big boobs, which I think is cute by the way, I just feel like you should understand your body type, know what to wear, know how to slay. I am not a fashion person. In fact, I am the least person to give a note on styles, but there's something I always do. I just know what fits me. If this cloth is too tight and I know like I have a big boobs, there's no way I'm wearing that. So anything that's going to disfigure my shape that God gave to me, I'm not wearing it. So I think a lot of us need to understand our body type to be able to feel confident in what we wear. I don't dress up more like a lot, but I think I have a style and I know that style works for me. So for those of us that do not have like the biggest bump, I feel like you should understand your body type. Don't go and wear something that say get like big behind and you are like wearing funny clothes. So everybody have insecurity one way or the other. You don't Some people do not have like the cutest eyes. Some people do not have like um small eyes, cat eyes. Well, guess what? Your eyes is as beautiful as those that have, in quotes, the cute eyes. You may not have like the smallest lips, but guess what? You cannot have a big lip and you're using like funny colors in your lips. So everybody have their own insecurity. You just have to find what works for you. We're talking about silencing our supposed shame. I think there are a lot of things that we are not proud of as individuals, but we try as much as possible to navigate those weaknesses and turn it into our strength. Growing up in school, I have not understood what it means to understand yourself. So a lot of times when people call me, when people tell me and say, "Oh, imitate, you have a big nose," I feel offended. But sometimes, a lot of times, now that I understand myself and I see myself as the most pretty person you would meet, because I come on, it's giving everything is on check. But really, before now, when they come and tell me, "Oh, imitate, you have a big nose," I used to be very offended. But even see, the truth is now nobody has called me big nose because it's not. I'm no longer insecure about my nose. I don't think my nose happens. My nose is not like my insecurity right now. I think so. But in school, girls will spoil your shine. When you are doing pretty girl, pretty, they say, "Neka emigidi." Like they will tell you, look how your nose is looking big. So I just feel like we need to embrace those parts of ourselves. They may not look cute to a lot of people, but one man's food is another man's poison, and that is true. People body shame people when they say they are fat. I want to be a size 8. I want to be a size 12. But guess what? There are people that love plus size women, and I find see the funny thing is that me personally, I see like plus size women like the cutest. I look at my sister and she's bigger than me a little bit, and she's the prettiest girl I know. Like, have you met my sister? I'm not even joking. So I don't know what the real issue is. I know that we as humans will have insecurity at some point, but what makes us stand out most times is us having those weaknesses. See, there's this guy, like a close friend. I like him a lot. And when I speak about him with so much charisma and so much praises, there's another person beside me and saying, now that person that you dey talk about, I mean, now that person, not be him, they finish like this. So everybody just have that part of them that is not the finest. Everybody have that part of them that is not always going to be the cutest. I always say this thing that I am very smart, beautiful young lady, but I have a very weird. See, I can be socially awkward here. Like I would prefer to keep quiet in most situations, just because I'm a talker, but I'm a talker around people that I am really familiar with. But when I'm around a guy that I like, hey, if you see my awkward, like I can be socially like weird things will just be coming out from my mouth. So a lot of times insecurity just have to be our insecurities. We just have to deal with it. We just have to embrace it. We have to silence the shame, because guess what? You cannot shame the shameless. And how have I been able to navigate like some of my insecurities? Like I said at the beginning of this episode, just know what works for you. If you think keeping quiet makes you look cute and classy, please do that. But if you think you cannot hold important conversation, listen more. There's this Oibo thing we come at that time. It was really popular at some point. Talk less and listen more. So if you think you cannot hold like real conversations in some settings, you are most welcome to keep quiet and listen. Don't I say there's something that always happens sometimes when I try to like act out of character. I go blank. But when things happen organically, like when you allow things to happen, you're not forcing too much, you're not leaving your safe space just to like impress a lot of people. It's beautiful. But that moment, you get one period when we dey talk with one of my crush. You say I have one crush. I don't even know when I want one crush, but yeah. So when we were talking to like one of my crush, and I was trying so hard to like hold a conversation with this guy. And the best thing I would do, I think me being myself, what I would have done at that point is just keep quiet and listen and just throw one or two. But I was trying to have a conversation when I knew that I was not comfortable. I was trying to prove that, oh, Oluchina speaks a lot, Oluchina talks a lot, Oluchi is no longer introverted. I am not like an introverted person. Guess what? I said the most weirdest stuff. I said the most cringe stuff. I said the most not like I said things I was not supposed to say, and it made me look less smart. It made me look like vague. I would advise rather that insecurity is something every human being, every average human deals with. But how you can silence it is knowing what works for you. Embracing your person, like you have to customize your person in such a way that there is no duplicates to you. Get that, right? That. But really, like, jokes apart, you just have to understand what works for you. Like I said, you don't have to be the most fashionable, you don't have to be the most outspoken in the room, but you can manage your insecurity. For me, I always talk about how socially like awkward I can be most times. I don't think I have the best social skills. So what I do most times is I observe and I just allow things play out. No need to like talk too much out of character. It's stressful if you ask me. So I don't know what your insecurity is or what your insecurities are, But I just believe that everybody will be fine last. For those of us that we are not proud of our relationship, I don't know. A lot of people times you hide your men just because you feel like you don't want to be in that space where you are like compared to people. But I don't know. I feel that I know that a lot of us know that sometimes when people talk a lot about um their own achievements in quote, I just feel it's because they don't know what they possess or what they carry. Insecurity has led a lot of people to their early downfall just because you're trying to prove that you don't have this weakness. You see yourself doing things you will not do on a normal note. A lot of us are insecure about our social background. I am an average Nigerian who can afford, yes, 3 square meal. I'm not always ashamed to say it. Oh. A lot of times I go out with my friends, I am like, I cannot afford this. It's nothing to be ashamed of. The moment you start acting and you're like trying to pose as what you are not. There's something one of my friends said. I don't know her name on Instagram, but she's a very popular motivational speaker. I don't think she calls herself a motivational speaker, but she said don't form too much so that when your helper sees you, your helper will not see you as a mentor. A lot of us just do a lot trying to cover this insecurity. Insecurity is something that is always going to be there. I don't talk on like 5 times, but yes, I have to say it. But we just have to learn to know our stats, waiting we fit start and waiting we fit finish. Know what work for you and stick by it. From your dress sense, there's just some clothes you cannot wear if you have like a flat bump. There's just clothes you cannot wear if you have like a big boobs. And a lot of things you just need to learn them one by one. By the time you learn this thing one or twos, when you come out, people go from fancy person don't come out, and that was on period. So I just felt to talk about that. I really wish I had a guest on this topic. But the location we are this thing that is giving. I'm the only one that knows myself in this universe. But I just know. Tell me what you like. You can speak to me about your insecurities in the comment section. How you're able to manage it, and what it feels like to have to seem like you are the one that has like the many flaws. You know, some people they don't agree say they get flaws. So how has it been navigating your life and living with such people in the society? And that's what I want to talk about on this topic. Okay, guys, don't forget to stream this podcast on Anchor, Spotify, and YouTube. And also, don't forget that you can follow me on my Instagram page at oluchimitz, EW_podcast. We are repping the brand. Thank you very much. On Facebook, oluchimitz. On Twitter, oluchimitz. In fact, everywhere oluchimitz. You just have EW podcast on Instagram. And on X, oluchimitz for my Twitter, oluchimitz. Like I always say, let's spread love. Love is God. God is love. Have an amazing week. And let us not forget, it's okay to be different. Just know what works for you and stick to it. Bye, guys. Love you.